Where did you conduct that?
Medicine Plus website. U.S. National Library of Medicine.
Did you consult, is that the first website that you came to?
No, it's a reliable source that I can use.
How?
In my other work, I've used it for other investigations, drug investigations.
Is it recognized as in a court of law, as a medical authority?
I'm not a medical authority, I'm just doing research.
So you went to just that one source though?
That's correct.
That's all? Okay.
Just real quick, in the interview, the third interview, page 5, bottom of page 5, when trying to clarify what Sergeant West told you as to what he remembered telling you on February 1st, or what his explanation was. And you say to him, "You don't recall calling me?" And then he says, if you could read into the record, please, what he said at the very bottom of the page.
I'm sorry, could you
Page 5.
clarify which?
Oh, did you give him that one?
Yeah,
The
just one of
February
those.
15th interview,
Okay,
sorry.
that's what I was, which page now?
Bottom of page 5, Captain Van says, "Okay, thank you."
I was a little lost.
Yes, thank you.
I'm sorry.
That's it.
"You don't recall calling me," and what was his response?
No, that's not what I said. I do recall calling you. I do not remember making that exact statement. I said I remember stating that there was doubt whether I saw a head at the fact that she licked him or not. I do not recall stating, no, I did not see her licking.
So, was it your interpretation of that, that he was saying that his phone conversation with you was not that he was definitive that he didn't recall seeing her lick the back of Sala's head, but that maybe he had doubt whether he saw it or not?
Correct.
So he wasn't denying saying something to you on February 1st that contradicted his sworn testimony, was he?
No.
That's all I
Question from the board? Yes, sir.
I have a very stupid question.
Yes, sir.
Who does the internal affairs report to?
Mr. Reckitt. He is the public protection director. I work for him.
You work for the same person that also has the authority to terminate the person that you are investigating.
That's correct. That's the traditional way. Sheriff's Office, the Internal Affairs Investigator report to the sheriff, and the police department, the Internal Affairs Investigator report to the police department. And they have the authority.
Oh, that's right, only one person can hire.
Okay, anything else?
had.
All right, thank you for your testimony.
Thank you, sir.
No question from me this time. I apologize.
This is Lieutenant Shannon McBride. She was not here this morning to be sworn.
Good afternoon. Almost weekend. If you don't mind raising your right hand and sworn in. In the matter before us this afternoon, do you hereby solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, I do.
Thank you very much. And you state your name for the record, please.
Lieutenant Shannon McBride.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, Lieutenant. Could you state your occupation, please? Where do you work?
I'm a lieutenant for the Division of Corrections.
How long have you worked there?
14 years.
And how long have you been a lieutenant?
Roughly 3 years.
3 years? What is your present assignment?
Right now, it's the operations supervisor on the Bravo trip.
And so you have supervisory duties over other officers?
Yes.
Do you know Ben West?
Yes, I do.
And how would you describe your relationship with him?
Sergeant West and I have worked together. He's worked there a little bit longer than I have. We've worked together.
I'm sorry, can you speak up some? I can't
Yes.
hear what.
Sure, no problem. We've worked together quite often over 14 years. We were friends outside of work.
I I would like to direct your attention to August the 4th of 2012. What shift were you working,
Bravo shift.
which is 7 PM to 7 AM?
Yes.
Was, on that date, would Sergeant West have been a subordinate of yours?
Well, he's lower ranking, but I was not his direct supervisor.
Okay, but if you're both on duty, then, you know, not that he reports directly to you, but if you told him to do something, you're a lieutenant, he's a sergeant.
Yes, that's correct.
And in the morning hours of that shift, Officer Charles Sella injured his knee. Were you made aware of this at some point by Sergeant West?
Yes, I was.
And can you tell us, how did he contact you to tell you about this?
He contacted me via the telephone. He called me at my office, asked me questions about how to prepare employee injury reports.
And during your conversation with him, did he tell you that Captain Hunter had licked Officer Sella in the back of the head?
No, he did not.
Did you subsequently see Sergeant West and Officer Sella in the parking lot?
Yes, I did briefly see them before they left.
And did you speak to them at that time?
I asked Officer Sella if he was okay.
Did Sergeant West tell you at that time that Captain Hunter had licked Officer Sella?
No,
At any time that morning, did Sergeant West tell you that Captain Hunter had licked Officer Sella?
no, ma'am.
Would you consider that an unusual occurrence if a captain in the organization licked the back of a subordinate officer's head?
Yes, I would.
And as a lieutenant with the number of years' experience you have, is that something you would document if you witnessed that?
Yes.
That's all I have, thank you.
Okay, I'm just gonna read to you, the exact response. So Captain Vanis says,
Could you provide the copy?
I'm so sorry.
I don't have an extra one, or I would do it.
Okay, I apologize. On the bottom of page 8,
Oh, I'm sorry, whose statement are you looking at?
okay, this is Sergeant West's first interview.
Okay, I'm sorry if I
No, no.
was looking at her interview.
Okay, so towards the bottom of the page, and Captain West says, I knew he was very upset. I did talk to Lieutenant McBride about how upset he was, but I mean, I didn't. Vanis says, you talked to Lieutenant McBride about it. Sergeant West's response. But it wasn't like I was reporting, this, and that I was just like, Sella's hurt, and she was kind of messing with him, and you know how he is about germs and stuff, and she licked him, and he's really pissed. Something to that effect. When I was getting ready to take Sella to the hospital, I was coming out, and Lieutenant McBride was outside. Captain Vanis says, okay. Sergeant West says, so it was more me, and Vanis says, well, I mean, that is, you told somebody. Okay, so, given that response from Sergeant West, it doesn't sound as if he reported it. He's not saying that he officially reported it to you, but more that in passing in the parking lot, just letting you know what happened, that he's saying that he told you in that manner. Are you disagreeing with that?
Yes, I am.
Okay. You are specifically stating that, not that it wasn't reported to you, but that you don't recall that conversation at all.
I recall a conversation before they left for the hospital. Yes, I do. I do not recall that information being offered.
What's offered, which information specifically?
About Captain Hunter's actions regarding Officer Sella.
Okay, do you recall being told that he's pissed?
That Sella was upset? No.
So, the interplay in the parking lot was only that he was injured.
Correct.
And this was on August 4th, right, that the injury happened.
I don't remember the exact date.
Okay, it was August 4th, and your statement was taken, I believe it's dated November 27th. So that's about a three and a half month time difference
Correct.
between the time that a somewhat casual conversation occurred in a parking lot from the time that you were asked. And it's your testimony that you remember specifically word for word that conversation.
I never said I remember that word for word. I said that I did not remember being given that information.
Is it possible, given the time lapse between when that parking lot interaction occurred and when you were specifically asked about it, is it possible that during that interchange, you were told that he was pissed or angry or upset, not happy?
Not that I recall.
That's all.
Just briefly. Lieutenant McBride, Captain Hunter is a superior officer to you, is that correct? He's a captain, you're a lieutenant.
That's correct. Okay.
You don't, do you report to her? Are you a direct report of hers or no?
Not currently on that shift, yes, I was.
Okay, okay. If Sergeant West had told you that Captain Hunter licked the back of Officer Sell's head as a lieutenant in the organization, would you have reported that?
I have a duty to report unprofessional behavior by any staff member.
Okay. So the fact that you did not report that obviously substantiates the fact that it wasn't told to you, doesn't it?
Yes.
That's all I think.
Questions about the Seeing none, we'll bring it on to testimony.
Take a quick break or not?
Quick break, maybe we should just hand out the strap.
That's fine.
Yeah, we'll take a very quick break.
Really mean 5 minutes.
Yeah.